Good morning, everybody. How are we doing? I hope anybody that comes across this video and is in recovery, I hope you are doing fantabulous. I hope you're working your program and doing your best. And if, doing your best is just getting up, putting clothes on, staying sober for today, if that's your best, and, do your best. And put your best foot forward. Make every day better than the day before. And I promise you, if you do that, man, your life will change tenfold. But today we are going to talk about childhood traumas and how they affect your addiction. My childhood traumas, whoa! When I was 8, my daddy came home with his head busted open from here to here. Had 110 staples. Sorry, I got to unplug this charger. He had 110 staples in his head, but he laid in the bathtub for all night till we could talk him into going to the hospital. My dad was a very bad alcoholic. He was a Vietnam veteran. With that being said, I hate that he medicated his PTSD with alcohol, but we all know alcohol brings out a total different demon. And a lot of my childhood PTSD deals with my father and my mother. My dad and my mom got divorced when I was like 8 or 9. My dad was very violent drunk when he got drunk, but he was a very, very scheduled alcoholic. He held a full-time job and retired from Duke Power. I will never understand how he maintained it and how he done it, but he did. I'm very proud of my father, but I just wish the people around him would have helped him more than catered to his habits and his way of life. Because my dad was the one in the family that had money, so everybody kind of bowed to him and would never call him out on his bullshit, so to speak. Like when he would get drunk and do stupid shit, nobody would ever hold him accountable. They all feared him because, well, if I ever need help, I can't get help. And, and when my mom and dad divorced, that was really hard. They had split custody of me. Really weird schedule. Every other night I was at another parent's house, so I carried a duffel bag everywhere I went. And then I had a babysitter for the most of my younger childhood. I stayed at a babysitter. She was like my mom. Her name was Kay. But Kay really did try to make my life somewhat normal, if there ever could be a normal. She kind of, took me under her wing, and we done a lot of things together. But, at the end of the day, I carried that trauma with me for a very long, long time. And I never understood, why. Why me? Why was I the only child having to deal with this? Because it was very hard, because I didn't have really anybody to talk to. I did throw myself into church at a very young age to get away from it all. But that was hard too, knowing who to trust, who not to trust. And not having any brothers and sisters, that also made it very hard for me. Because, who do you talk to? But, I love church, and that helped me heal. And I thank God that I did throw myself into church at a young age, because it helped me later on in life to realize that I had got away from God, and that's why the addiction took a toll on me. I allowed the devil to come in and dictate my fears, my, everything inside of me. I allowed the devil to come in and say, and allow him to just do as he pleased with my life. And I threw it down the drain for a lot of years, because there was a lot of years that I did try. But At the end of the day, my childhood PTSD, very real. Very real. And it needs to be, be made valid. It's not an excuse to use, though. You need to learn how to heal. You need to learn how to understand that just because somebody is your family doesn't mean they can't be cut off. That's a hard pill to swallow. Because I had to cut my mom off this year. Well, the end of last year, I had to cut her off. Because she's still in active addiction, as well as my stepdad. So I promise you, healthy boundaries, realizing that you can't please everybody, and knowing as long as you're doing what you know to be right, making positive choices for a positive tomorrow, and making sure your bills are paid, your responsibilities are taken care of. There you go. And, don't second guess yourself when it comes to this recovery. Just because your recovery walk, and here's another big issue I really want you to understand. Your walk may not look like my walk. It may not look like your other friend's walk or this person's walk. But I promise you, as long as you are making positive gains and not harming yourself, you are on the right track to recovery. And don't let anybody tell you any different. And if you use medicated assisted treatment, don't ever let anybody tell you that that's not sober. Don't you ever. If they're telling you that, they are not your friend. I promise you that. Because recovery looks different on everybody. What's good for one is not good for all. Just like there's tons of mental health meds out there, and what works for one may not work for the next patient. So, I just want you to know that, and I'm proud of you, and I want you to keep pushing forward, okay? Keep showing up for yourself. Keep showing up for you, and making those right choices. But I kind of just wanted to touch on, childhood PTSD and childhood trauma today, to let you know that some of us have went through it, and it did affect how we ended up in our lives. And another fun note I'm going to add here at the end, if you watched all the way through, I get to go to Charleston to the dental school, and I'm going to be able to get my perms done through Charleston, South Carolina Dental School. Hopefully, I go March the 5th. So it won't be done all at once, but I'm super excited because I can't wear my dentures. I have a really bad gag reflex, and the dentures won't stay in. And one time I about choked me because I had a mouthful of food and they came down, and I just couldn't do it. So I'm super excited about that. So if you will say a prayer for me, I'd greatly appreciate it. But I love y'all guys, and just know, rock recovery in 2025, and don't let anybody hold you back. We got this. I love y'all guys. Peace out.